What's up, guys? We're back, and now we're going to do problem number 3, so let's get right into it. All right, so I actually like this problem. I think it's kind of clever, so let me just start off by reading it. So 4% of S is equal to 3% of T, where S is greater than 0 and T is greater than 0. Okay, so they give us this relationship, and I'm sorry, I keep using the mouse, but let me use this little pointer here so you guys can see. All right, so they give us this relationship here, right? And obviously our answer choices are the same as they were for the last two, right? Because this is a section where they give us kind of the same answer choices, all right? So okay, first of all, there's two ways you can think about this, all right? One is the conceptual route, all right? So you can just think about it. If I have to take a large amount of S to equal a small amount of T, you can kind of reason that T is probably going to be greater. But let me just go ahead and write that out again here. All right, so let's write out what we know. So what they're telling us right here is they're saying 4% of S is equal to 3% of T. So guys, they just gave us an equation that we can write out, okay? So let me write that out for you. 0.04, right, 4% written in decimal form, multiplied by S, so I'll go ahead and do this here. This equals 0.03 multiplied by T, okay? All right, so well, first of all, let's figure out the relationship between these two, okay? So what I'm going to do is divide by 0.04, and I'm going to do that to both sides, okay? All right, so I'm going to do some quick simplification here, all right? And you can use your calculator, but I'm just going to tell you right now that whenever you simplify these, you can get rid of these zeros. So it's going to be 3/4 T, all right? So now we know what S equals in terms of T, okay? S is equal to 3/4 T, okay? Now what we can do is say 3/4 T. How does that relate to T? Is that greater than or less than? All right, so I think that we can see that 3/4 T is less than T, all right? So the way that we can do this is now we can just go ahead and substitute in the S. So 3/4 T is equal to S, right? So we'll just say S is less than T. All right, so there's our answer, okay? So that was actually, relatively straightforward. So let's just go ahead and get the right answer here. 4% of S. All right, so quantity A is less, so therefore quantity B is greater. All right, guys, so fairly straightforward. Just, if they give you an equation, make sure you write it out and get some extra mileage from it, because a lot of times you just write it out and the answer just pops out at you, okay? All right, guys, like always, if you have any questions, comment below, and yeah, I'll try to answer them as quickly as I can.